Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm a former Boeing 737 pilot, and in this video I would like to explain to you why we set a minimum on our primary flight display for the takeoff. Now there are two different approaches to this, and I've seen both in use by different operators, obviously only one of them at a time. So let's start with the one that was used by my former operator. So, looking at the primary flight display, there is something missing on the takeoff, and that is the minimum down there. So, what would we use that for? Well, as I just said, two different decisions you can make on that. My former operator used it to indicate the altitude at which we would accelerate in case of an engine failure during takeoff, and that is what we call the minimum flap retraction altitude, or MFRA. Now, if you've been using a performance tool like, for example, Virtual Performance Tool over here, that I can really recommend on the website virtualperformancetool.com, it really is as close to the Boeing OPT that it gets. If you use that one, you will find that it calculates an MFRA for you just over here, and that is what we would use in case of an engine failure on takeoff. Now in this case 1147 feet, as you can see. So let's go ahead and select that. The default value of the MFRA can be changed by airlines, and provided that there is no obstacle limiting our departure, my former airline would use 1,000 feet above the airport level. However, this can vary. For example, when you have obstacles in the departure that may require you to climb up further before you level out for your acceleration, in case of an engine failure for flap retraction. Now, another method that I frequently seen used by other airlines for this is not to use the minimum flap retraction altitude, but much rather to buck in the standard acceleration altitude during your climb. So for example, if you are using noise abatement procedure number 1, you would accelerate 3,000 feet above your field elevation. Or if you were using noise abatement procedure 2, you would accelerate 1,000 above field elevation, and so on. So these are the two possibilities that exist for using your minimums on the takeoff. Now, why would we do that? Well, in either case, regardless if you use the MFRA or if you use the acceleration altitude, they do serve as a good reminder for a number that you might need in a more or less stressful and critical situation. Think, for example, engine failure. You will certainly have different things on your mind when this happens than to look into your performance tool and find out at what altitude to accelerate. But think also for the other possibility for using it for your acceleration. Let's say you're flying in a very busy area and you are not using VNAV for the takeoff for whatever reason. Now, flying the airplane, listening to ATC, especially when it is not as easy to understand as it is mostly in America and Europe, then it can be very helpful to have that little reminder available to you. Alright, that's going to be it for this video. Regardless which of the two methods you choose, you should go for at least one of them, as they do provide some very helpful input. But now it is your turn. Let me know if you did this already, or if you are using the selector in any other way. I'm looking forward to your input, but in the meantime I would like to say thank you very much for watching. Hope that you have enjoyed this one. If you did, do let me know in the comments below. Leave a like, as it does help with the YouTube algorithms if you really like the video, and if you're up for more, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all again on the next one.